What's up, everybody? Do you have your snacks? Go get your snacks. This show is brought to you by Snyder's of Hanover. Butter snaps, pretzels, and purple Powerade. This is second shift lunch. We're doing something different. It's me, Kyle, and Jay. He's here too. We are going to be doing something a little bit different. So I'm going to play the intro music. We're going to come in and tell you how we're going to be doing this. But this is your last chance, I suppose. Go grab some snacks and a drink and meet us back here in just about, what do we call this, 25 seconds. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. This is Second Shift Lunch. I am producer Kyle. That guy is Jay. I'm using the GoPro camera, and it's mirrored the opposite way of the camera I'm used to. It's weird. Right. So, guys, we're doing something new tonight here on Second Shift Lunch. And we're going to see how it goes. So, I told everybody to bring snacks. Tell us in the chat what snacks you brought. I brought, again, pretzels and Powerade. Jay, what snacks did you bring?
Not really a snack person, but I got my Coke in my cup.
Jay brought a Coke. Anyway, tell us what snacks you brought. We're gonna hang out tonight, but we have some form to our hangout instead of just randomly running around the house trying to find a wedding ring during a hangout.
Yeah. Exciting.
Yeah. If you don't know, go back and watch this week's Hydra Hangout. Anyway, so here's what we're gonna do, guys. We are gonna kind of talk to everybody in the chat. We're gonna break the ice here a little bit. We're gonna talk comic news, and then we're gonna talk about what we watched over the weekend. Did we get to consume any media? And if so, what did we watch? Spoiler alert, I still haven't seen Superman or Fantastic Four. Because turns out you can have time, but unless you have money, you still can't see them.
Yeah.
And, as it turns out, hospital bills are not cheap. So, I still haven't seen them. Maybe by the end of the week if I sell some comics. But we're not going to be doing that tonight. We're going to be doing this. So, everybody grab your snacks. When you get here, tell us what snacks you have in the chat. Put it in the chat what kind of snacks you're having. What kind of snacks do you go to while you're munching? Again, I've got pretzels. Jay's got nothing because he's a weirdo.
Yeah.
So, let's start here. Jay.
Mm-hmm.
I made a reference to the Hydra Hangout. Why don't we start with telling everybody what went awry on the air this weekend?
All right, so this will also tie into what we've been watching. So I've been rewatching The Boys. I'm in season 2 right now, and Jenna was going to go outside, and we don't have a weed eater yet. So she's like, "I got to pull this weeds up around this stump. Will you hold my ring?" Now, normally when she hands me her ring, I have a very specific thing that I hang it on, so I know it's there. But for some reason, I couldn't be bothered to sit up and turn around and do this, so I put it on, because my hands are much bigger than hers. I put it on the tip of my finger, my ring finger. So it gets to be about 20 minutes before our show goes live. And I was like, all right, let me go ahead and get back there. I'm pretty sure Ed is back there waiting for me. So I load up some pictures and stuff, and it's about 8 minutes before we're going live. She comes in here. She goes, "Hey, you got my ring?" And I go, start tearing around my desk. No, I don't have it.
Hey, Phil.
Hey, what's going on, Phil? And she was like, "Well, you got some time before." I was like, "Okay, it can't be far, right? Got some time before the show." I'm looking. She's like, "Hey, the show's about to begin. I was like, all right, let me start it. And why don't you just sit in for a little bit while I'm looking? So started the show off and everything. Her and Ed and Nope are talking. I was like, all right, I'm going to go look for this ring. I spent, y'all, no lie, the whole show. It was almost 3.5 hours. I flipped our couch upside down. I was tearing through that. I was walking to places I know for a fact because I went straight from our couch, walked down the hallway into my office, looked everywhere. And Ed kept saying, hey, man, if you just cancel or go to end the stream, I bet you'll find it. I was like, no, I'm going to keep looking. So I was losing my mind in real time during the live. Like, I wasn't angry at anybody. It was more of a, I don't lose things in my house. Like, every time Jenna can lose stuff. Jenna loses stuff a lot. I am the finder of things in my house. In fact, while she was talking, somebody was asking her about comics, and she was looking at our shelf. She goes, I don't see this anywhere. I walked right to it and grabbed it. I said, I know I can find this ring. Well, it gets to be, like I said, about the 3.5 hour mark, and Jenna was like, well, I'm going to go take Hand, our dog, outside. Now, I had already taken him outside while this was happening. And she goes, well, I'm going to take him outside. So I sit down, and I was like, all right, folks, like I said, it was just a hangout this week. There wasn't anything big we were going to talk about. We were just going to, sit here and talk. And I hear her say, are you kidding me? And right then, we all knew she found it. What had happened, and this is my life, folks. This stuff happens to me for real. What happened was, apparently it had fallen off my finger, and my dog stepped on it, and it had been stuck in between his toes. The one place that I would never look, because why would I look between my dog's toes for a ring? And how she found it was she was going to take him out again, and we have this very flat rug. And he does this thing where he scratches his back feet real fast. Well, when he did that one of the times, the ring shot out of his back foot. So, rings found. I went nuts. I thought it was hilarious. I was like, I'd like to say there's no way, but things like that have happened to us before, like her going to shut the car door, and she carries her keys on a lanyard. And while she's shutting the door, she shuts the keys with her hand attached to the lantern into the door, so the keys are locked inside the car. Stuff like that happens to us all the time. So, but it was a fun show. It was wild.
Have you had your dog checked for being Sonic the Hedgehog?
I need to, man. Like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, if I wouldn't have been here for it, ain't no way. Ain't no way.
That's funny. So you said it would lead into what you're rewatching.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we skip to that part of what are we watching? What did we watch this weekend? At least.
That is very true, man. That is very true, TJ.
I already made that suggestion, TJ, on his show on Saturday night. And they were like, no, Han will eat money, but he won't eat things off the ground. I'm like, I have many questions, but we're going to leave that go.
That's my fault.
Yeah. So, what are you rewatching, Jay? What are you watching?
So I'm rewatching The Boys, getting ready for season 5, the final season. Gen V season 2 is going to be coming up. So I'm a little sad, but I'm also like, I wouldn't want the show to go 10, 20 seasons and get boring to me. So, if they're going to end it now and do a couple more seasons of Gen V, cool. But we also, the other night, and I'm not wearing the shirt because I wore it the other day, we watched Happy Gilmore 2.
I watched that this weekend.
I really dug it. The third act is very strange, very weird, but we laughed a lot at it. Like, it was just dumb fun. Like, I wasn't going into it thinking we were going to get an Oscar-worthy sequel or anything,
The movie has fun. MJF in it.
Yeah.
It's automatically disqualified from being an Oscar movie.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, by the way, MJF was phenomenal in this movie.
Yes.
I mean, really good. Yeah, I mean, so, I don't work Friday nights because Jay works Friday nights, and basically my weekend is Friday night and Saturday, because I usually work all day Sunday getting stuff ready for Monday here on the Experience. So Friday night, my mom and I finished The Pit. We've been watching The Pit when we have free time. And I don't do good with shows where I have to go like this because there's too much blood and gore.
Mm.
So it took us a while to watch that. But Friday night we finished The Pit. So I get up Saturday and I'm like, okay, I have a day off. I have nothing to do. Turns out I had a ton to do.
Mm.
And wound up working most of the day. But I did that while watching WWE Unreal.
Mm.
Have you guys seen this? It's on Netflix. It's a new documentary kind of behind the run-up from the Raw debut on Netflix through WrestleMania.
Mm.
And it's behind the scenes, and it talks about the storylines. It talks about how they came up with the ideas. There's a whole episode basically devoted to Chelsea Green becoming the first women's U.S. champion. There's a whole episode kind of devoted to The Rock, John Cena heel turn kind of story. Really good, but the thing is, it's produced by Peyton Manning, which I think is hysterical.
Wow. Huh.
Right. Like Peyton Manning producing this WWE thing. So I watched all of that, and it's great. I love professional wrestling. I have for a long time. Anybody who's watched the EXP knows how much I love professional wrestling. One of the things that I've always been frustrated with professional wrestling is the idea of people being smarks.
Mm.
Right? It's one thing to be a mark. It's one thing to know the game, to understand the business, to understand all of that. It's another thing to be a smark or a smart mark. Right? Where it's like, oh, hey, that's a work, or oh, hey, that's a shoot. That's real. That's not. That's real. You kind of ruin it for other people.
Yeah.
The nice thing about this particular show is, it takes all that away. It is 100% shoot. It is 100% behind the curtain. It is 100% real. There is no kayfabe.
Mm.
Which is nice because all of that stuff has already happened. So it's like this idea of, instead of telling you what's going to happen before it happens and letting you in on the secret or letting you in on the magic, it's already happened. So you've had the magic, and now you're getting the how did we do the magic. It's, magician's greatest secrets revealed or whatever.
Yeah.
Which I liked. So I watched that. I got caught up on LFG, which is another WWE show. Which, if you haven't watched, it's Bubba Ray Dudley, Undertaker. In season 1, it was Mickey James. In this season, it's Undertaker's wife, Michelle McCool.
Oh, wow.
All right. Undertaker pulled Michelle McCool. We'll figure that one out later. And it's Booker T.
Oh, wow.
And they each have teams of 4 up and coming, like they're not quite NXT level yet, wrestlers. And they're at the Performance Center, and they're training them. And they're teaching them how to do things. And every week there's a challenge, and they make matches, and then they get points and all this kind of stuff. So, like, one of the guys on there is Evander Holyfield's son, Elijah. Yeah. By the way, that dude is going to be, when he's only been doing this 6 months. He's only been wrestling 6 months. When that dude figures it out, he is going to be an absolute monster.
Nice.
He has that ability to be like the next Cena or the next Rock or the next Batista, or like he could be an actor, wrestler. He's got it all. But there are some of the women are really good on it as well. So they're training them, they're teaching them. It's super fun. But this is one of those shows that's like behind the scenes, but there's still a lot of kayfabe in it. Because like there are some of these guys who are signed to NXT deals. They just don't have things to do with them yet.
Mm.
Right? They've got too much skill, they've got too much charisma, they've got too much ability to just be purely developmental. So there's still a lot of kayfabe in it, which I like. Again, it's this idea of being a smark is to ruin it for everybody, but having kayfabe in a reality show is not necessarily a bad idea to me. I think it kind of works.
Yeah.
So this is what I watch all day Saturday. It's nothing but professional wrestling.
Nice.
And then my dad had gone to a barbecue contest, and since I still can't walk, I didn't go with him. Well, he gets back Saturday night, and I go, "Do you want to watch a movie?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'd watch a movie." I go, "What do you want to watch? Like a comedy or something like an action movie?" Or no, that was last night. Sorry. So Saturday night, I just put on Happy Gilmore 2. And I watched it and I laughed my ass off.
Yeah.
TJ, we'll get to that in a minute. So I just laughed my butt off. That movie was so funny. It was so stupid. It was like Hubie Halloween level stupid, but so enjoyable. Like it didn't try to be anything more than what it was. It was just a dumb movie with Adam Sandler and all those guys. And Haley Joel Osment.
I love him, man.
Dude hadn't been in anything for so long, and he shows up in this, and he's like a baller. He's so good. And Uncle John Daly. Like, so good.
It's one of those things where a lot of people are probably like, I don't know about it, because think of it this way. We had Dumb and Dumber, and then what was it, 15, 20 years later, we got a sequel, and that was just, it wasn't even dumb fun, it just wasn't good.
Well, no, there was 3.
Well,
Dumb and Dumber, Dumb and Dumberer, and Dumb and Dumber 2.
I meant the direct, like,
the
direct sequel. There was something else too where it was Zoolander. Like, I think I love the first Zoolander movie. Second one, I'll watch it just because, but
right.
In terms of that, I'm not talking about like Top Gun to Top Gun Maverick with this. I'm talking about putting it in those kind of comedy centric kind of things. This one has been the best out of those so far. Like, it's just it's so fun. Like, we knew it was going to be funny, but
Grown Ups and Grown Ups 2. Ironically, also a Sandler movie. Similar in terms of their, sequelness and goodness. Now, not nearly as far apart, but, I think that's an interesting thought. So yeah, I really like that. I did not watch SummerSlam. I will probably go back and watch it this week at some point. But I did not feel like watching the actual PLE in real time. So to answer TJ's question, why are you seeing stories about Bork? He came back at SummerSlam, and apparently they're going to do an angle with Cena. There is a lot of inside baseball weirdness that came around about SummerSlam. Again, bringing Bork back with all the allegations against him, all of that kind of stuff. The fact that they wouldn't do a media scrum after, it sounds like because Trips didn't want to get asked about his involvement in the new president's physical fitness thing. And his appearance at the White House and that kind of thing. So they kind of are acting weird about it. 2-night SummerSlam, I always prefer to 1-night SummerSlam, only because you've got the the 2 Rumbles, the men's and women's Rumble, in it, or not the men's and women's Rumble. You have the tag matches and all of those things. You have enough matches that you can pay off at SummerSlam that it's worth having it 2 nights, instead of just being impossibly long. And it's still long.
That's so crazy to me. As a long time watcher of wrestling, when I've been at it for a long time. I'll watch snippets here and there. I'll watch like NXT and smaller indie shows and stuff like that. But I remember the days where Sunday night was the pay-per-view. That was it. For WrestleMania, for all of them. It was only Sunday night. Now you get like a 4-day WrestleMania weekend, and it's crazy.
It's 2 nights in the Hall of Fame, okay?
Okay, well, whatever. I remember when it was one night. I remember when the King of the Ring, that was the whole pay-per-view, was the King of the Ring tournament.
Right. Oh, believe me, I remember a lot of that stuff too. But no, this is I will watch SummerSlam later and kind of think about it. But yeah, they brought back Brock, which was weird. So Sunday, I have been dancing around this and I hadn't watched it yet and hadn't watched it yet and hadn't watched it yet. But I decided that it was time to do it. My love for Mike Drinkenberg and Sam Keith and the work they did on a specific series of comics was overshadowed by some negativity about one of the other creators on this comic. And so I didn't want to watch the final season of a show they were making based on it. But I finally sat down and watched Sandman. In fact, I just finished it right before we came on the air. TJ remembers, I remember Saturday night's main event the night before WrestleMania. Right. So that was definitely a thing. And that's maybe how they should have done it this year, I'll be honest. Just saying. Anyway. So I finally sat down and watched Sandman, and I'm angry that I did. The first 3 episodes, which are the season of missed stories, are great. The story about the Orpheus story, that episode is great. But they skipped around too much. They left out really great stories they could have told because they had to rush to the end. And I get it. And I'm glad they're going to be done with it. I'm glad this is going to be something that's no longer be hanging over my head in terms of something I need to watch. But man, oh man. When everybody thought it was cool, season 1, that show was so much better than when it's, well, we have to finish it season 2. Wildly disappointing.
I'll eventually get to it. Jenna just finished it. She finished it the other day, and apparently something happens. She was like, "Oh, I gotta wait till blah 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 to watch it." And I was like, "Okay." Fun thing I almost forgot to mention is yesterday, for whatever reason, we left to go get something. When we do that, we leave Hand in the living room and turn on Netflix or Hulu or whatever for them and leave a show.
You don't have dog TV? You should get dog TV.
Nah, he likes watching what we watch. It's very strange. We decided King
Dog
of the
TV
Hill.
is a streaming service specifically for dogs.
Yeah, our dog is not a dog. He's just not.
I challenge you.
But we left King of the Hill on. And we got home and Jenna was like, "Man, why does the quality on this look so good?" And I was like, "Because this is season 13 you left him on." So she was like, "You want to go back and watch just a couple of episodes?" I was like, "Yeah, I love King of the Hill." So
Have you watched the new stuff yet?
That's why we started watching it, because I was like, "Oh, the new season's supposed to be out. Oh, today." I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm
man.
excited.
I've
Well,
always
and
been there, so
you know it debuts on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yep, excited for that too.
Uh-huh.
Oh my goodness.
Season 2 of Wednesday debuts this Wednesday.
Oh,
So I'll
so
definitely be
excited.
watching that. Mm-hmm. For sure. So yeah, so I watched all of Sandman, was disappointed. I'm glad it's over. Unknown King of the Hill was out yesterday. Wednesday is out Wednesday. So, what else are we watching? Anything else worth mentioning, Jay, in terms of television, movies, TV? I still haven't seen Superman and or Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four. You know the weirdest thing is, we have all these streaming services today,
Mm-hmm.
and her and I will start watching something like we'll start up Ghosts, which is on
Mhm.
Paramount, which is just a fantastic show. If you've never checked out Ghosts, there's not a character we dislike on that entire show. We always have a good time watching that one, but we stop and we start, we stop, we start. I find myself going to these streaming platforms and finding the old stuff. Like I'll just rewatch Gargoyles, rewatch Darkwing Duck on Disney Plus, go to Netflix and rewatch Disenchantment, or older things. It's so weird. And Twisted Metal, I would love to watch that. We haven't checked out the BBC one yet. We want
Oh,
to.
you got to watch the BBC one.
Yes, we want to.
Oh man.
What's up, Ed? Twisted Metal, I would like to watch, but I think that's on Apple.
It's on Prime.
It is? Twisted Metal is? Huh. I wonder how I missed that. Huh.
I don't know, but Rosa Diaz sounds weird on that show.
That does remind me, speaking of Prime, very excited for Fallout Season 2. Fallout was really good. Not a game I've ever played. Love the show. But I find myself going to these. What old stuff?
Oh, Peacock. You're right.
Oh, okay, Peacock. What old stuff do these streaming channels have? Like Paramount's got like Daria. She's watched Daria. It's got Drawn Together.
Yeah, but they don't have the right music in Daria. Because they didn't pay for the licensing for the songs in perpetuity, so they don't have the original music, and it bugs me.
See, and I thought there was going to be some kind of issue like that for Smallville on Hulu, because Smallville introduced us to a ton of music when it was coming out. But going back and rewatching Smallville that way on Hulu, they got all the music. So,
right, I think they went back and renegotiated to get the rights to those songs. And you notice if you rewatch Scrubs, some of the songs are there, some of the songs are different, because some of them they could license and some of them they couldn't.
Yes, that's like when watching Supernatural on Netflix. Between the season 2, it was like the season 2 opener. Most famous song that ever got played on that show was Wayward Son. You go and you watch it on Netflix, and I put that season 2 premiere on, and I'm like, what? What is this?
Mm-hmm.
That's not what that is.
Right.
So I get it, man. Music kind of makes shows sometimes, man. It really does for me.
Oh, for sure. But yeah, so like those were the things I watched this weekend. I've been like watching Leverage, and like I think I've talked about it on the air. I've been rewatching a lot of Emergency and Adam 12 from the 70s. So I got to finish those up. But I'm excited for Wednesday to watch Wednesday.
Yes.
Yes. So we mentioned Amazon Prime, which leads me to Critical Role.
Mm-hmm.
News out of Gen Con regarding Critical Role. Recently having left Dropout after and to pursue his dream of making American Girl doll shoes, Brennan Lee Mulligan has signed on to GM Critical Role Campaign 4. he also just signed a new 3-year deal at Dropout to continue Dimension 20 and other things. But like, we're gonna go with the bit. That he's gonna make American Girl doll shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that news came out of Gen Con. A ton of big gaming news came out of Gen Con, including a bunch of new RPGs, including one based on Marvel Rivals, new Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG sets. What was the other one that I wanted to mention? I can't remember. But there was a lot of great TCG tabletop games coming out of Gen Con. So I'm really bummed I didn't go.
Mm. You know, I think that's really
Of course, I
smart.
couldn't have gone, but
Yeah. I think that's really smart, though. Jumping on the Marvel Rivals stuff right now is the way to go, man. Like, capitalize on that while it's still hot.
yeah, Marvel Rivals RPG and TCG.
Mm.
So that'll be super fun. Shocked there wasn't a WizKids HeroClix or an MTG announcement at Gen Con, but also kind of not. What else is happening in the news, Jay? Have you seen anything worth talking about?
Well, we touched on it a little bit on the Hangout, but what do you think? Have you seen it yet? For one thing, the new Spider-Man suit for Brand New Day.
Is that a book?
No, it's the movie. So no, you probably haven't seen it. Okay. Never mind then. I forget sometimes.
Does it look like the suit from Brand New Day, the comic?
Oh goodness, I don't remember what that suit looks like.
Does it have the white drop shadow on the spider?
I don't think so.
Then boo. Actually, hold on. Then as I like to say,
yeah. See, I don't really look up the biggest news thing I can tell you about that's comic related is the fact that Kyle Starks and Piotr, I cannot say that name to save my life. They're taking Where Monsters Lie to Kickstarter.
yep, they're gonna do a Kickstarter there, which I don't love, but I don't hate.
Mm.
I don't love it because I really do think that that's something that should be continued the way it has been in the direct market. However, I understand the need to move it over to Kickstarter to kind of continue getting the story where they want to go, especially with the changes in the way publishing and things are happening. So, like that's kind of a, I don't know. I don't love that it's going to Kickstarter, but I can't really blame them for going to Kickstarter.
Right. And again, there's many things that I've loved that have been stopped too soon because publishers didn't want to take a chance on it. That I kind of wish they would have done this, but I got to applaud Kyle and them for being like, you know what? We want to finish this story. We love this story so much. We want to finish it. And think of it this way, how wild it was at Dark Horse. Imagine now not having any kind of like.
It wouldn't shock me if it's not still Dark Horse.
Oh, well.
Like they're going to kickstart it and then Dark Horse is going to print and publish it. But it certainly doesn't have the mainstream appeal the first volume did. The second volume didn't do as well. And so the third volume moving to Kickstarter to get just to the people who want it seems really sort of smart. Ed says, did you talk about the unedited Star Wars coming to theaters in 2027? Nope, because I don't know what that is. And Batman 1 and 2 coming out later this month. Are those comics, Ed? Are you talking about Matt Fraction Batman? Or are we talking about something else? Because I would love to talk to you about Matt Fraction's Batman. But yeah, let me know if that's what you mean. So Superman has officially passed the $300 million mark at the box office. Meanwhile, Fantastic Four dropped in its second week to only making $40 million, bringing it to $198 million domestic and $368 million worldwide. So that's $300 million domestic box office, by the way, for Superman. So, Ed, no, because I don't know what those things are, because I don't look at those things.
Yeah. When it comes to movies and stuff like that, Ed, he doesn't know because he doesn't look. And if he sees them, it's by accident because TikTok does it. That's literally the only reason he would see any of that.
Yeah. Guys, I want you to realize that Superman's been out, a month? And Fantastic Four has been out 2 weeks, and I know nothing about either story.
Yeah.
I'm very good at avoiding these things. So I don't know anything about them. Not really interested in knowing anything about them until I have to know anything about them.
Yes.
Blind Bag Batman, yes, TJ. There is Matt Fraction is taking over Batman. First issue should be out. I did love Tim Burton's Batman, but that doesn't mean I'm paying attention to what's coming or when. Just because I enjoy something doesn't mean I'm breaking my rules. I don't want to be angry before I see it. I am angered.
He doesn't want to be angered or getting spoiled on a movie he's already seen. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, goodness.
Well, but the risk is if I go to the websites or I go to the YouTube channels to talk about that stuff, they're going to spoil other things. There are going to be videos or there are going to be things that give away other things that I haven't yet seen that I intend to see. So now I'm going to be angry at Batman that I've seen for telling me about Superman that I've not.
Oh.
Listen, in order to be able to avoid this stuff, you just got to not go anywhere near it. You know, like it's like trying to avoid getting on drugs, man. It's easier just to not go anywhere near it than it is to hang out around it and then avoid it and then not take it, you know.
Well,
so
that's true. That's true.
So Blind Bag Batman. So Bleeding Cool last week shared the entire first page of Matt Fraction's Batman, finished, lettered, and everything. I don't know how I feel about that. I think it's a bad deal. That said, I think anything we can do to generate hype for the new Batman is good. But I don't love the idea of just dropping a finished page somewhere out there on the internet. What do you think?
Aren't there like plenty of covers or something they could have done? Like, hey, you want to see the new Bat logo? Here's a foil logo cover of the new Bat logo. You want to see what the suit looks like? Here, it's on this cover, which I really dig the suit. I love what they did with the suit. I really dig the suit. So I'm excited to actually pick this one up just for the suit.
Right.
But I don't know, man. It's one of those like again, we both know people in the industry. It'd be like one time I messed up. Somebody sent me a Kickstarter to look at.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't say they were going live. They didn't say anything, and my immediate thought was, let me go ahead and share it out. Let me get people excited for it. And they were like, "Yeah, dude, we weren't meaning for people to see this just yet." So from then on, I learned, hey man, if somebody shares something with you, unless they explicitly tell you, yeah, and you can go ahead and share this, I don't share anything. I have stuff on my phone I've been sent from people that's been released already, and I had it on my phone for years because I was like, nope, not sharing it with anybody.
Right.
So if this was an instance where they were shown this page in like a confidentiality thing, and they were like, you know what? We want to be the people that scoop this first. Why don't we go ahead and share it? If I was DC or whoever sent that to them, I wouldn't send them anything else. It'd be a one strike rule for me.
Well, and there's nothing saying that DC didn't send this to them
Right.
with the intent of this happening. Anybody who remembers Batman 50, the Tom King Batman 50, The Wedding, when DC sent the whole issue to New York Times or Wall Street Journal or somebody, and they published all but the last page, like a page by page breakdown of all but the last page. DC intended for that to happen.
That's wild,
So,
bro.
right. It was a thing. It was a problem. I don't know how I feel about this one with Bleeding Cool dropping that whole page. What other news is there to talk about? It's a weird day when you wake up and you've got text messages from several people from several publishers, and it's all about a Facebook post your friend made that is now news. Super weird.
Hmm.
And it's too inside baseball really to get into, but there was a post made about Filbo Distribution, which is the new distribution company that's servicing a lot of the small press publishers, and about how some of their business practices and some of their business model is actually quite detrimental to the direct market and to small publishers. But you wouldn't notice if you didn't pay attention to the data. Well, it turned into a great big fight, and now it's news, apparently. I'm like, wait. So my friend's Facebook post that I vague booked about is news? Huh. It's a weird day. Let's see what else is happening. Oh, hopefully we'll have some experience news tomorrow or Wednesday.
Ooh.
Out there on the news sites. Hopefully. We'll see. All right. Well, what else? What else do we want to talk about, guys? I was getting tired of Darkseid and the destruction of Multiverse this month. No. But I am. I will say this, TJ. I am a rare breed. You cannot give me enough Darkseid. They have not made enough Darkseid yet for me to get tired of Darkseid.
Absolute Darkseid.
Right.
There's one that I want to. I can't remember if it was here I asked or if it was on the Geek Chat. So they're doing an Absolute Green Arrow, right? Excited for that. They've been dropping these things in threes. Have they said anything about who the other two absolutes are going to be yet? Does anybody out there have a preference? Who would you like to see get the absolute treatment? I'm greedy. Do the whole universe. I don't care.
I have my theories. but I'm not sure they're going to be really good theories anymore. Because I would not have guessed them jump to Green Arrow this fast. But if they're going to do Green Arrow, I think they're also going to do Absolute Harley Quinn. And or Absolute Harley and Ivy. And they will probably do, like Nope is talking about, Swamp Thing or a horror property. Swamp Thing, Zatanna, JLD, something of that in that that vein, right? Where it's a little more of their horror properties.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
the other thing
like
about the idea of having
there,
Zatanna,
absolute
Swamp
question.
Thing,
Oh,
some of those things,
oh,
Absolute Question doesn't make any sense to me.
I'd still love
Making some of those properties absolute means you can't use them in the relaunch of Vertigo. And I think some of those are going to be good relaunches in Vertigo for Vertigo.
Okay.
So I think they're going to play this real close to the vest. And again, try and stick to their tent poles, right? So you got Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Martian Manhunter, Green Arrow. Who am I missing?
Absolute Green
That
Lantern.
they've released.
Green Lantern.
Well, Green Lantern, okay.
Yeah.
Green Arrow. I think again you're going to get like a Harley Quinn or a Joker. You're going to get a villain, an absolute villain. And I don't think you're going to get a Batman spinoff. An absolute Catwoman, an absolute Alfred, an absolute Robin. Now, absolute Nightwing, I think, might be a thing. Because Nightwing is a hero in his own right. But I think you're going to get like a Joker or Harley, and I think you're going to get either a horror property or a character that can be lifted out.
Catwoman was already shown and announced.
I haven't seen it, K-pop. But I think you're going to get somebody that can be lifted out and created as their own thing. So Catwoman would fit in that same vein as Nightwing or, Arsenal or one of those, right? Where they're a character, they're a hero in their own right. So I think that might work.
I think Ed's accidentally trying to call me.
Ed, stop calling Jay in the middle of the show. You're in the chat. What are you doing? Anyhow, the other thing that has kind of been announced that I'm kind of upset about is that they're ending the Ultimates universe.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're ending the Ultimates universe in Marvel, which has been one of the best-selling things in Marvel. And I think that's a problem. They're ending it too soon.
I got you, Ed. I'm just picking on you.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm trying to figure out if it's Jay's internet that has him looking like he's from the night, like he's in 240A, or if it's my internet that's got him looking.
No, it probably is. It's probably this one.
Anyway, so it'll be interesting to see. They're ending the Ultimate Universe. How much Marvel's sales will be affected by that? Ooh, should we let everybody know what we're doing on Wednesday, Jay? Should we take a few minutes? Talk about what we're doing on Wednesday, or should we just surprise them?
We should surprise them, but I have something I'm going to surprise you with. I'm not going to pop it up on screen, though. But
okay.
Ed's been making something, and he's finally shared it with me.
Okay. Put it on screen.
All right, here we go. Dude, let's go. Let's
Well,
go.
seeing as how we won't be doing that for a while, Ed, I appreciate you doing it. If you could make that 1080 by 720, and then send it over to me, we'll use it next time I'm doing one. We're not gonna be doing one for a while. It's gonna be at least another week, maybe 2, before I can walk. And then it's gonna be another couple of weeks before I can lift boxes. So I'm gonna have a hard time getting new inventory in here to do bundles. So
that was actually the thumbnail for their unboxing, but they wanted to show.
Well, I like that.
They, dude, when he showed it to me, I was like, that is good.
That is the most me thing. Because
it was the bundles they got from you.
Right. And I got a bunch more to send out still. I'm trying, but again, not being able to walk means how do I carry the boxes?
Yeah.
So we're trying. Anyway, let's tell them what we're doing on Wednesday, Jay. It's a fantasy casting episode, but it's a different kind of fantasy casting. Jay is going to come into it blind because I'm going to take care of it. But have you guys seen this meme of pick a movie, all but one person are replaced by Muppets? So it's Hannibal Lecter, but everyone other than Anthony Hopkins is played by Muppets. So Silence of the Lambs, but everybody except for Anthony Hopkins is played by Muppets. Or The Green Mile, everyone except for Michael Clark Duncan is played by Muppets. What was the other one that I really liked? Oh, Indiana Jones, but everybody except for the girl in each Indiana Jones is played by Muppets. We're doing something similar to that. We are going to take classic movies and recast them with today's actors. The movies are going to stay the same, but they're making them now. So if it's a period piece, it's still a period piece. A futuristic movie is still a futuristic movie. But who would you cast now in the main roles of these movies? So that's going to be our Wednesday night show for Jay and I. For Kyle and Jay's Q&A. So we're going to have some fun with that. Cool. Well, guys, this is going to be the format for this show for a while. So pay attention to topics that come up throughout the week. Pay attention to things. Bring them. We'll talk about them. But for the next little while, Second Shift Lunch is going to be just kind of a hangout show where we kind of talk about the news. We kind of talk about topics from around the industry. Guess what? I'm never going to know about trailers. Yeah. I'm never going to know about movie announcements. I'm never going to know about show announcements. So just be aware of that. But we'll also be talking about the things we've watched. Different shows, different movies, different whatever. And like, again, if we get to a convention or we get to an event or something, we visit a local comic shop, we'll bring that up on the show as well. So we're going to try and have a little bit more fun. We're going to try and be a little bit looser on Monday nights, again, until we can get back to having a live sale. And when we can do that, we will. Is there anything else you want to talk about, Jay?
I should be receiving a package from an artist that I have on my wall sometime soon. I can't wait. Cannot wait.
Yeah.
Look, y'all, I'm a sucker for Tracy's art. Tracy's awesome. Tracy Medina, you see her covers on Comic Collectibles. She's sending me some more art. She sent me this right here on my wall. I watched her draw this, like she was drawing live. She goes, anybody's got any suggestions? I said, well, what about Christopher Reeve Superman? She goes, yeah. She did it. And the next thing I know, she goes, hey, I finished this. Do you want it? And I was like, absolutely. She goes, give me your address. I'm going to send it to you. and she sent this and a couple of and they're hanging on the wall out in the living room, so I can't get them right now. But a couple of the little sketch cards she did. Oh, big fan.
I got my Condiment King sketch card from Don Wen.
Oh, did you?
Nice.
Nice.
He drew that over on TikTok, but then the night Jenna hosted SketchUp, I had Joey draw a Condiment King on that show. That should be here in the next few days as well.
That is awesome. You know, people sleep on Condiment King, but you know what? He drowned Red Hood in his own hood with ketchup. So careful. All right. He's dangerous.
Right. And now that he's got all these new condiments like Pico de Gallo and ranch, like it's a whole thing.
People with food allergies, beware.
Right. Like I just imagine Condiment King's favorite new thing is like that tahini sauce. Or, you know, he's got a special spot on his belt for sriracha. I don't know.
That's awesome.
But yeah. So again, guys, we'll be back here next week, kind of doing another light show like this, kind of a quick hangout show, just chilling. In the meantime, Best Coast Comics is taking tonight off. Send good vibes the way of Bronze and his family as his daughter recovers from a medical procedure. Send good vibes to Big B because he's been working since 3 a.m. this morning. So, you know, let him get some rest. Then tomorrow, Minute to Skim It is back with Jen and Shanice. Then following them it's Marvel Week at Welcome to Wonderland. So they're gonna have Marvel trades and new books and things like that. Then following them, kicking it with Henri. Henri is doing, I'll be honest, Henri is stealing my gimmick. Henri's doing riddles and things on his show. Doing some blind bag stuff, doing some FOMO, his usual stuff, but he's not sure exactly what he's doing yet. Wednesday, Rex will be back with Comic Collectibles. Then Jay and I will be back. We're doing this fantasy casting thing. So be ready. It could get unhinged.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited.
Then Thursday, What's in the Box with Miss Jen. The Geek Chat will be reviewing a bunch of new number ones. And then SketchUp is back this Thursday at 10 p.m. Friday at 1 p.m., Matthias and I will be doing the FOC show, Order Up the FOC show, like we do every week. And I'm very much looking forward to having him back and me not being in the hospital or whatever for it. Then Nick will have his art show. He's selling, guys, All-Star Batman #3, the entire issue, page by page, is for sale. It's Ramita and Danny Mickey art. So make sure you jump on that. Then Nancy will be back. Nancy was at a convention. She's got a lot of cool vintage stuff to offer this week on her show. So make sure you tune in for that as well. I will be off again on Sunday. There will be no Producers Live sale on Sunday. But then next Monday, we'll be right back here. Same bat time, same bat channel, with different snacks. So, Jay, what's going on over on Hydrosylum this week?
Well, I'm going to put together a little bit better of a topic. Like I said, this was the 40th episode this past Saturday, and I didn't have anything prepared. But I'm going to be doing stuff this week. We might be talking about some comics in the future, some speculation on the absolute stuff. Definitely some movie trailers that I wanted to get to this last Saturday and we didn't. Some more Kickstarters that are happening right now. Should be a lot of fun. That's 9 Eastern, 8 Central on Saturdays. I'm not the best talker, but once you get me going, we go for a long time. The shortest show so far in the last couple months has been 3.5 hours. So it's crazy.
Do not get me started, TJ. Do not get me started. All right, guys. That's going to do it for us. We will see everybody down the line here.
That's what it was.
It's true. We will see everybody down the line. Jay will be back tomorrow doing shows. I will be back Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. And then we will see everybody next week. So be good to each other. Visit your local comic shop. We'll see you later.